Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Tonight's topic is going to be narcissistic relationship and selective hearing. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. So, what is selective hearing? Selective hearing is something also called the cocktail party effect, or it's a way that, let's say that you're listening to music and you can focus in on just one aspect of the beat or the rhythm, whatever, a certain instrument, or you are listening, you're in a event and you're listening to people speak, but you can tune into, you're paying attention to the speaker, the presenter, but however you're actually listening to someone who's talking two seats down. You're paying attention to their conversation because you can hear that. That's selective hearing. In the narcissistic relationship, selective hearing happens virtually each and every day with the narcissist, because keep in mind, the narcissist selects what they want to focus on, what they want to address, what they think is important that benefits them, that does not benefit you. And selective hearing is exactly one way they do this. An example would be this. You are talking to the narcissist and you're trying to get a point across about a business deal. Let's say you're illustrating the benefits of the work you've been performing on this business package, and you're letting them know, and you give them the presentation, you talk about it, and then the presentation's all done, and then they find one little thing about the presentation that you mentioned that perhaps will put a hole in the whole presentation, or a dent in it, or why it won't succeed, when in fact 99.9% of your work is perfect. It's done. It's ready to bring to market. You're crushing it. But they focused on the one tiny little thing that could bring you down or burst your bubble. Now, that is one example of selective hearing. Selective hearing is also you're having a conversation with the narcissist friend. They're a friend, and you're talking to them about X, Y, and Z. And the conversation goes well, or you think it does. But remember, you're talking to a narcissist, so these conversations are always confusing, including word salad, and they're just mesmerized, and you don't know what's going on, what's up or down. But the point is, a couple weeks later, you talk to the narcissist again, and then they bring up something that you mentioned in that conversation a couple weeks ago that has nothing to do with anything, but they'll bring it up. That's selective hearing. Selective hearing is when you pay attention to what you want to pay attention to, and you focus on what you want to hear. In other words, with this video you're watching, and again, thank you very much for being here, you may choose to listen to the whole message, and my hope is you do, but maybe you zoom in on one important nugget of information of value, and that would be pinpointing something. But my hope is you're getting the whole message for the video, and you're not just selecting one little thing using selective hearing. I hope you guys are following this. The point being, when you're in a narcissistic relationship, let's be real, the relationship benefits one person, which is not you, it's the narcissist. You just didn't know this. You were working for the narcissist, and you were working on that, spinning on that hamster wheel, doing exactly what they wanted you to do. Now, many times the narcissist will gaslight you. Now, gaslighting is different than selective hearing, because gaslighting is having somebody tell you that your belief of what happened in the past is a completely different version of reality. In other words, you thought that you were in Tahiti on vacation last week, and the narcissist is like, no, we were in Maui. What are you talking about? Like, things like that. Maybe not the best example, but you get it. Selective hearing is when the narcissist hears exactly what they want to hear, which may or may not be the truth. Maybe they make things up, again, gaslighting you, but maybe they do hear what you say, but they focus on what benefits them. Another example, you're having a conversation with the narcissist, which maybe gets escalated, maybe it turns into an argument. I'm sure you remember those days, experiencing rage fits and all these kind of things. And you're trying to have a conversation, and it goes from a 1 to a 10 in a second, because the narcissist just, they can't take it any longer, and they need to abuse somebody, which is you. And when you're trying to illustrate your position, or to have them calm down and talk to them and let them know, hey, this is what we should be doing, what do you think about this? No, they're gonna have selective hearing and use any of your words against you, and in the context that benefits them, not in the context that they were presented. So another example would be, if, let's say that you know how people can edit videos or news articles, and they can recreate content and make it seem like you said this when in fact you said that. That's another version of selective hearing. The narcissist is a master of this. Remember, the narcissist lives in their own bubble. They don't live in reality. They don't live to benefit others. They live to benefit themselves. And however they can twist and turn and manipulate people, words, places, events, recollections, they will do so, because they don't care and they can't introspect and they don't want to benefit someone else. The world to the narcissist is one big area that is meant to serve them. That's exactly why if you were in the narcissistic relationship for a period of time, or maybe you're in it right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about, which is the narcissist doesn't see you as somebody who is making their company grow and getting all the limelight and recognition and making money, or they don't see you as a kind, loving friend or spouse or neighbor or clergyman or the groups that you're associated with. No, the way they see people is as sources of supply, ways to leapfrog up the food chain, up the ladder of life, and to crush people, to blow up relationships, families, love interests, friendships, business associates. That's exactly what the narcissist does. They do anything to benefit themselves, and one way they do it is with selective hearing. Another example, you're about to sign a business deal. This is probably the best one I can give you. You're about to close a business deal, a partnership with a narcissist, but of course you don't know they're a narcissist. And you guys have discussed previously many times what the agreements will be, the arrangements will be for the payout going forward, meaning 50-50%, let's just say. You get there, you're going to sign the papers, everything's looking good, and you read the papers, and the papers say that that person who turns out to be the narcissist is now going to get 70% when you're going to get 30%, when in fact you will be doing most of the work. And you're like, wait, we didn't agree to this. And then they're like, we did. Remember, you said this. Yeah, that's gaslighting, but it's also selective hearing. The reason why is because they can easily say, remember you said this way back when? And they're talking about a conversation that may have happened, but they took your words out of context and twisted it. See, so gaslighting and selective hearing kind of go hand in hand. But the point is, gaslighting gets much more attention, but selective hearing, it happens all the time also, because the narcissist uses anything they can, any of your words selectively that they heard, to benefit themselves. And they will twist these words around. They will absolutely twist things to make them benefit themselves. That's exactly what they do. So selective hearing, whereas if you are at a cocktail party or a gathering, a barbecue, an event, and you can actually, you can be 20 feet away from somebody and you still kind of eavesdrop and listen to their conversation, that's natural. That's what people do. It's exactly what people do. And that is one natural way of using selective hearing. Another way in the narcissistic relationship is they just hear what they want to hear from your words, which is not gaslighting. They hear what they want to hear from your words, and they twist them and turn them around, and they use these to their benefit. Again, so it's the same thing in the business place. Maybe you were having negotiations with somebody, and you said, yeah, we're going to do this, this, and this, and the narcissist is like, no, I thought we're going to do this, this, and this. You said this, this, and this. Again, it's similar to gaslighting, but it's not. It's different. The point is, selective hearing does not benefit anybody, because what it does is it keeps the person, which in this case was you, confused and in the fog, and it uses and weaponizes your own words against you. Also, it does not benefit you because you have to watch what you say going forward. Because if the narcissist is using selective hearing against you or on you, or however you want to say it for this video, that means you need to choose your words wisely. And I'm certain many times, for those of you that are out of the narcissistic relationship, that you did try to have intelligent, kind, level-headed conversations with the narcissist, and they wouldn't have it because they didn't want to have it, because they knew that you were right. However, remember, the narcissist sees everything in black and white, good and bad, things like that. They don't see any gray area, but also they need to win at all costs. They can never be wrong. They can't introspect. They can't take accountability, and they can't say, okay, yeah, I'll meet you halfway. That's not going to happen. They may say that, but are they going to do that? Remember, actions speak louder than words. So selective hearing is something that when you're in the narcissistic relationship, you find out rather quickly after a couple blow-ups or rage fits or arguments, let's say, or heated conversations, that you need to watch your words and you need to watch the tone of which you present these words, because any word that you use improperly to the narcissist is subject to a rage fit or to, again, you being taken advantage of in many different capacities. But selective hearing is one that will be weaponized against you. It will be weaponized against you as long as you're in that toxic narcissistic relationship. Because remember, unlike gaslighting, which is when they try to deny your sense of exactly what happened, events that happened in the past, they try to change them to make you doubt yourself. Selective hearing, it's actually words you used in any capacity in the past with the narcissistic, in the narcissistic relationship, that they will twist the context of those words and use those against you. They will weaponize those, and that's what they do. Guys, I hope you liked the video. I loved doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great evening. Stay true. Stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware and understand you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. You are the priority. No matter where you are on the planet, I love you. God bless you. Have a great evening. And remember, selective hearing, it's meant as the first definition I told you. Like if you're in an event or something and you just can't help yourself and you're listening to something because maybe they're being too loud or you're tuned in, just that's what people do. I understand it. But you're not supposed to get that information and weaponize it against somebody. The narcissist, that's what they do. They get your words, they twist them, they turn them, they use word salad. They use the selective hearing to benefit themselves and to isolate you. Another way they do it. And eventually they'll gaslight you, and the list goes on and on like we talk about. But my hope is you are not in the narcissistic relationship. My hope is you have exited it, or you are planning on doing so. So again, God bless you. Have a great evening. I love you. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I will talk to you tomorrow. Good night.